Good morning, Prof. My name is Tuan Dishangong, and my presentation focuses on IT policies, compliance, and legal requirements in the financial sector, using Citibank as my case study. The main idea is that in banking, cybersecurity is not just a technical issue, it is also a governance, compliance, legal, and operational resilience. The title of this presentation captures the core argument of my paper. Citibank does not have a shortage of policies, it has a fragmentation problem. Regulations pulled from dozens of jurisdictions create a patchwork that is difficult to govern and consistently. My paper explores how Citibank got here and what a unified blueprint forward looks like. To understand why this matters, consider the scale. Citibank manages $2.4 trillion in assets and operates across 160 countries and employs roughly 240,000 people worldwide. That scale is exactly what makes standard IT compliance so difficult to manage. Every policy decision has to work simultaneously across vastly different legal and cultural environments. My research identified three overlapping threats areas. Ponemon found a 44% rise in insider incidents at financial institutions from 2020 to 2023, and the majority were not malicious. They were negligent employees. Second, legacy systems. Citibank's older core banking infrastructure was not built for modern cryptography or zero trust models. And third, the third party ecosystems, the more vendors and cloud providers a bank relies on, the more the security perimeter extends beyond its direct control. These three risks don't exist in isolation, they amplify each other. This particular slide here connects technical debt to regulatory liability. The root problem is outdated core systems and fragmented data governance. The catalyst was the 2020 OCC concern order, which identified long-standing weaknesses in internal controls. The impact was the 400 million civil money penalty. This shows that regulators are not only asking whether a bank has cybersecurity tools, they are asking whether the bank has effective governance, risk management, internal controls, and accountability. Technical debt is therefore not just an IT issue in banking, it can become a legal and regulatory issue. Part of what makes Citibank's situation uniquely complex is that it doesn't answer to no one regulator. It answers to dozens simultaneously. In the US alone, it answers to multiple regulators, and internationally, the EU's GDPR and the newly enacted DORA regulation add strict data privacy and operational resilience mandates. One bank, one governance structures dozens of different set of rules. This particular slide here shows where global compliance creates friction. For example, some financial regulations require banks to retain records, while GDPR emphasizes data minimization and the right to erasure. Legacy systems can also make it harder to meet modern requirements for third party risk management. And when incident response is fragmented across many countries, the bank may struggle to meet tight reporting deadlines. The point, the point is that fragmented compliance creates operational risks. This is one of the central arguments of my presentation. The 400 million OCC fine was not simply a failure of individual security tools, it was a failure of fragmented governance. The bank may have firewalls, monitoring encryption, and access controls, but if policies, systems, evidence, reporting, and accountability are disconnected, the organization still has risks. Cybersecurity and governance must be designed together. The solution is modernization, blueprint built on three straight pillars. The first pillar is architecture, to implement zero trust and modernize legacy systems incrementally. The second pillar is governance. Use centralized GRC platforms and geographically aware data lifecycle management. And the third pillar is people and partners, strengthening third party oversight and provide continuous rule based security training. Together, these three pillars move Citibank from reactive compliance to proactive governance. Here, let's shift to zero trust. In the old model, once someone is inside the network, they may be trusted too broadly. That creates risks. If an account or a device or a system is compromised, it becomes dangerous. Zero trust rejects that assumption. So zero trust would reject that assumption because every user, every device, every application, and access request must be verified continuously. Citibank, for Citibank, this means stronger identity and access management, multi-factor authentication, encryption, API controls, and continuous monitoring. On these slides, I'm going to focus on making governance more operational. A centralized GRC platform can map overlapping regulations like GDPR, DORA, and the rest into one control framework. Automated governance would help track ownership, evidence, exceptions, and remediation. Citibank should also strengthen vendor oversight based on risk level and replace annual check the box training with continuous rule based exercises. This improves both compliance and human resilience. Operational resilience means the bank can continue critical services during cyber incidents, outage, vendor failures, or regulatory pressure. For Citibank, resilience requires the unification of people, process, and technology. The path forward is clear. Modernize the core, automate compliance, manage vendors continuously, train employees by role, and verify every connection. That is how cybersecurity becomes a business capability, not just an IT function. Thank you so much for your time and attention. But in summary, I would like to echo that Citibank's case here shows that cybersecurity in the financial sector is not just about preventing attacks, it is about governance, compliance, accountability, and resilience. So here's my final take. Fragmented cybersecurity creates fragmented compliance, but unified governance blueprints create operational resilience. I welcome any question, and my phone number is here, my email address as well is here. I am ready for your questions, and I will be readily available to answer those. Thank you again, and have a blessed day. Bye for now.